Hello everyone, this video will cover Module 7. Module 7 is the last module for the cause and effect essay, so you will be turning in that final draft in this module. So that's the only assignment that you need to do is the final draft submission and then your post writing like you did with the narrative. If you remember back here in Module 6, you turned in a draft of your cause and effect that you self-edited. Now you're going to take that draft, you're going to look back through for my comments, so instructor comments, and make sure that you are just thinking about different ways that you can revise and improve your essay. And then you also have that option to use the online writing lab, that is through the BrainFuse online tutoring button. So you click on that and then you'll submit your essay. If you're going to do that, so since you've already got a rough draft done, you can do this like at the beginning of the week and they'll give them plenty of time to respond to you. Or you can always, you can ask somebody else to look over your essay or whatever. We're not doing a peer edit just yet in the class. So I do encourage you to just take advantage of resources, see if somebody else will look over your essay, that kind of thing, so that you turn in the best version possible. So that is, you'll turn in the essay here, and then you have that post-writing assignment, which just asks you to reflect on your writing of your essay, like how well did you do? What were some things that you are proud of? What are you going to do differently? What are some issues that you came up with? That kind of thing. And so you can either write it out in a paragraph form. You can do like an audio or video reflection where you just record yourself talking about it, or you can actually set up a conference with me. A lot of students will pick this option if they're having trouble in the class just in general. And then that way we can talk about some other things if you just need some more support in the class. So you're more than welcome to do that. So that is the assignments that you're going to be working on. The cause and effect essay, don't forget, the main thing that students tend to have trouble with for this assignment is just not meeting that cause and effect style. So when you're talking about different styles of essay, different patterns of writing, we started with a narrative, which is just telling a story in chronological order. Cause and effect is different. The main thing that you want to be focused on is what are the connections between what caused and what affected. So it's just a completely different way to think about it, even if you're using a similar topic. So you're using like an event, something that happened to you, so an experience that happened to you. You're not going to be telling us the story like you did for the first essay. Now you're focused on what are the effects of what happened during the event and why did that event happen to begin with. So what were the causes? So that cause and effect relationship is really important, and using those transitions to just show us that relationship, that's also important. So that's the big challenge for this essay. Like I said, I'll leave feedback for all of you on your rough draft so you can kind of go through and see what it is that you're, needing some help with. And so make sure that you do look back at that, because you definitely don't want to be making the same mistakes on your final draft. But for the most part, for this unit, so this week, we're working on turning that rough draft into a final draft. So you have the whole week to go over it, revise it, make sure that you're following all the criteria, make sure that you're meeting all of the requirements for the assignment, that kind of thing. If you have more questions, you can always send me an email, but that is what you're working on this week. So like I said, if you have questions, send me an email. We're almost to the midpoint of the semester. That'll be the next module. We're actually starting our next essay in the next module. So we're just moving right along in the class. And so if you're feeling lost or confused or whatever, reach out and I'll be happy to help you. Have a great week.